Hi everyone, this lesson is going to show how to use the Sharp scientific calculators to do mean and standard deviations. So I've got a sample question here from one of the QCAA exams, and it talks to us about a manufacturer advertises cans of soft drink contain 375 mils of drink, and a sample of 16 cans was measured, and these were the volumes in each of the different cans. So importantly, they say we can use a calculator. That implies that we just need the answers, and we want to find the mean and the standard deviation. So there's two answers required. The question is worth 2 marks. That's another good indicator that we just want answers without much working, because 1 mark for an answer, additional marks would be for working. So what have we got here? I've got a reminder from the QCAA formula sheet for the formula for mean and the formula for standard deviation. I don't think we'll need to use those because we're using our calculator. So here is the Sharp calculator. When I switch it on, oh, it's already in stats mode. Well, let's just put that back to where it would normally be. That's how it would usually be. It'll normally be in this regular calculation mode. So I need to use the mode key to change to statistics by pressing 1. Now there are lots of different types of statistical things that can be done. The one we want here, SD, will give us standard deviation. It'll also give us mean, so I press 0. I'm in stat mode 0. Now I enter my data, and this is going to be a bit tedious. You can skip through this if you want. So the first one is 357, and you see the word data here in grey. I have to press that key. That's the memory add key. It adds it to the memory, and it now says my data set has 1 object. 375, and again I hit the data key. I have 2 objects in the data set, so feel free to fast forward here. So once I finished entering the data, I should have 16 of them. There were 16. I can press the all clear key, and that just clears the screen display. It doesn't wipe those things from the memory. Now to get the answers I need, I look down here at these things written in green. X bar here is, now if I didn't remember what X bar represented, this is where I could use my formula sheet to give me a clue. The mean, so the question says mean. If I forgot that X bar was the mean, it's right there in front of me. Now to access that number, I need to press, it's in green, I need to press the green key there that says alpha or stat variables. So there it is, and I press equals just to tell the calculator I need that answer. There it is, the mean is 366.5. So I'll write that down on my notepad here. The mean is 366.5. All of these measurements were volumes in millilitres, so the mean will have the same unit of millilitres. Now, with my standard deviation, again on the formula sheet, standard deviation is symbolised by this little s. So check the notation on the calculator. There it is, there's a little s, it's got an x beside it. It means the standard deviation of these variables, which we call x. So I press the green alpha key and then the number 5 key, and there it is, 8.718 if I round off to the 3rd decimal point. So S for standard deviation, the little x it's the standard deviation of these x variables, 8.718 millilitres. And that's all there is to it. That's how we use our Sharp scientific calculators to find the means and standard deviations. Once we're done with stats, we can always use the mode key and hit 0, and then we're back to normal. Be careful with that. If I go mode, back into stats, then you see how I'm back to no data. By leaving the stats mode, it does wipe out the data that you stored there. So be careful that you actually are finished before you leave stats mode, or you may have to re-enter all your data a second time. Thanks for watching.